Hey, I go by Swaylen and I play for One Shot. Obviously, I think it's super important because, during that off season, you just have months on months of just kind of sitting around, not doing much, mainly just scrimming, and, it can get pretty boring. A lot of players can, lose motivation, so it's really nice to have something to, I guess, like kind of grind towards and play for, like during that little break in between. Obviously there's a lot of like talent in the T3 scene, especially with like all the, I guess players that aren't 18 yet that you just don't really get to see as much as you see in like the T2 scene because some of them just play, pretty crazy. They just kind of do whatever they feel like doing. Then, other teams try to play more structured. It just comes down to how well we're going to be able to adapt. I mean, Kilo really brought on a pretty big leadership role for us, especially like during playoffs. It really showed when we went down in like a series. He really just made sure that all of our mentals were still good to go, and we just, kept going. Of course, obviously he brings that pro league experience. Immediately, when he first joined the team, you could just see it. He made sure that we were all on top of it. We're just doing what we needed to do to get to where we wanted to be. You don't really know, and it's not as easy for players to, I guess, like get their name out there in the T3 scene. Like it took me 2 years to even get to T2. Having these little competitions where, these talented players get to showcase what they're capable of is, I think, really important for growing and developing like the T3, T2 scenes. Probably that we just kind of keep our heads down. I guess don't let egos get in the way. I think there's, a lot of teams out there that are held back by the egos that they have, not being able to realize what their strengths and what their weaknesses are. We are able to focus more on what we need to work on and just get better that way. Obviously, it'd be huge. It's a ton of exposure. You get to compete against, some of the best teams in the world and really just get to showcase what you and your team are capable of. I think these teams can really mix things up. There's always upsets, T2, T3, everywhere. There's upsets all the time. I think it's really fun to watch when what's considered, I guess, an underdog team can just go out and just destroy like another team that is supposed to be winning. I like to go to the gym a lot. I like to sleep. Pretty much the same thing. I like to go to the gym, and it's kind of like a stress reliever in a way. And I like to take my dog for walks. The main game that I play outside of Siege is Valorant right now. Playing a lot of Battlefield as well. That's about it.